Everyone around the Islamic community is now talking about Sinade O'Connor and her recent reversion to Islam. But what some people may not realize is that her reversion is not as simple as going from Christianity to Islam. And in this video, I will briefly break down and explain how this is, and also explain my own reversion story. Sinade O'Connor, like myself, came from a Christian background and encountered tafari, and recently found Islam. Both coming to a conclusion that submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what leads one's soul to truth and salvation. But for me, Rastafari directly led me to Islam. One of the most important maxims that I have found within Rastafari, taught by His Imperial Majesty Kadamawi Ali Selassie, is to study and examine all and follow only the good. And interestingly, there's a parallel. In Islam we read in the Quran and many hadith to enjoin that which is good and to forbid that which is evil. Some other interesting parallels can be drawn here, as we know that Ethiopia was once known as Abyssinia. This land is where our Prophet ﷺ knew of a just king and ordered the vast majority of the Ummah to go to this land, today called Ethiopia, to escape the tribes of Quraysh who did not like the Prophet ﷺ and started to target the young Ummah. It is Kadamawi Ali Selassie that is from the same lineage of that great Abyssinian king who favored the Ummah and our Prophet's message. And it is also noteworthy that he is from the root of King Dawud and King Suleiman, in theory making him the last legitimate caliphate of the world. One of Rastafari's main motif is based on the seeking of contemplation of the Most High, sound reasoning, self-mastery in the form of obtaining functional knowledge, the oneness of all things, and seeing God in all things. Some would argue is Tawheed. In Islam, it is said to seek knowledge even if it is as far as China. As we know, the Quran speaks heavily on these subjects in great depth. Here are just some examples. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And they shall say, had we but listened or used reason, we would not be among the inmates of the burning fire. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Are those who have knowledge and those who have no knowledge alike? Only the men of understanding are mindful. It is clear that in Rastafari it has an Islamic science at its root somewhere, whether it be only partly or not. Some Rastafari members, such as Spraka Benz, is all too aware of this subject, and others taking from the Moorish school of thought. Perhaps those taken from Africa as slaves to the Americas has come with them a planted seed that will later bloom in the hope to be free children to turn to Islam. Peace. During the 400 plus years of slavery in the Americas, slaves were not permitted to read or write, but this purity we have found was kept in the hearts and mind and shared to those in the social circles of freedom. Although His Imperial Majesty Kadamawi Ali Selassie is not a leader of the Ummah, he has, however, stated he is the leader of all black people around the world, wherever they may be. His Imperial Majesty has built the second largest mosque in Eritrea. His Imperial Majesty Kadamawi Ali Selassie has also visited one of the first built mosques in the United Kingdom, based in Woking. As my walk in Rastafari covered greater distances and my study of life grew and almost overwhelmed me, I found myself with only one question as I gazed into the stars. How do I reach God, the one and only, devoutly as a warrior of truth and right. One day the answer came to me in a dream. Then I knew it was Islam, our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's great example, and Salah that would take me to higher heights.